What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS 3 Raw. This fucking camera angle. Damn it. There we go. Welcome to Raw TV. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about going from enhanced to natural. Okay? I'm getting some comments and stuff about how I definitely would have never looked like I did or do now if I had never taken drugs. And drugs is this, and you always retain your gains. All this bullshit. And I know for a fact that every time someone says this, they have never taken gear before. They are a natural athlete who's been told this, told that, who's no experience with it whatsoever, and they're trying to tell me, well, you're wrong, even though I've experienced it. Okay, that's like telling somebody what's going to happen on a motorcycle test when you go to get your motorcycle license, where you have to sit up straight and you have to do this, and you've never taken it. How the fuck do you know? Someone told you. So just because someone told you, then it's got to be true. Well, did that person take the motorcycle test, or were they told what it was going to be like? Because I personally have done this stuff. It wasn't told to me. It's my life. So, of course, I'm going to have a better understanding of it, of what really happens, than someone who was just told this, told that, whatever. So, Lasered One says he personally never heard more bullshit about drugs in his life. I think I could look the same way and be just as strong without the years of cycling. Here's the deal, Laser One. When I started juice, I was 170 pounds. 170. In contest shape right now, today I'm 206. In contest shape, I'm 196 pounds. That's 26 pounds in 23 years. That's a little over a pound of muscle a year that I would have to gain natural. Now, I don't miss workouts and never have. Consistency since a teenager, okay? I don't miss meals. I don't cheat on my diets. I don't miss cardio. I constantly push myself for 20 years of training, competition training, not including the 3 years before that. So, how the fuck do you figure that I couldn't gain a pound a year, for 20 years? That doesn't make any sense. Of course I can gain a pound a year. The problem is you don't have that same type of look. I would have never been 270 pounds, but I've only gained 26 pounds of muscle in 23 years, technically, after the juice was pulled. You don't think that that can be done naturally? If you can't gain a pound of lean tissue a year, you should stop training. You should get out of the gym because you're doing it wrong. Never go to the gym again. Don't try eating to get bigger. Stop. Find another hobby, okay? Bottom line is, it's like any other drug. If you don't take it, the effect stops. Now, part of what makes you bigger in the steroids is the swelling of the cell, the hydration of the cell, how everything blows up and gets bigger. You think that shit actually stays? I used to bench 550 pounds. I rarely go over 225 now, which I was doing as a teenager. So, how the fuck do you figure that I kept all these gains and everything? It makes no sense. Let me pose you this question, Lasered. When's the last time you did anything? And I mean anything, a job, had a relationship or a marriage, anything, for 20 years. Actually, 23 years. What have you done for 23 years? More than likely, all you've done is eat, shit, and sleep for 20 years, consistently. And that's about it. I've been in the gym training and eating and fucking doing my cardio for 20 years, and not doing it like a little pussy either, actually getting in there and busting my balls. So yes, I could easily gain 26 pounds in 23 years. Is not unheard of, especially the attention to detail that I've paid over the last 23 years. So, break it down. I hope that explains a little bit more to you about where I am. I look a lot bigger on these videos than I am. And in the off season, when I'm 240, I carry a lot more fat. But because of my genetics, my bone structure, the way I carry it, I don't look that big. Even at 275 or 270, I didn't look like I was 270. People say he's big, but he doesn't look like that fat 270 guy over there. It's a different look because of the way my frame carries it. I can carry it very well. I do have a small waist, so I don't get this gigantic fat midsection that looks like I'm obese. That is part of why when you see me at 240, you're like, oh man, he could have never got 240 without that shit. I just get fat. That's it. I love Tasha Rain. I don't know what that means. But he says, it's great that I made a video about my genetics, but the fact is you too keep gains from drugs, and that is a fact. What fact? Who is telling you this? Did you read it online? Did you read it in a book? Did a buddy tell you at the gym? Because I can guarantee you, if someone told you at the gym, that fucker went from taking test, DECA, and D-ball to just taking test. at an HRT dosage, and that's why he didn't lose any of the weight. If people tell you that you're fucking not losing your gains when you come off, I can guarantee you they're still taking something. They are on an HRT dose. That's how it works. I just listened to a interview with the great Dan Duchaine, passed away a number of years ago. So this was in like 94, I think, or 93 that this interview was done. It was a phone interview, but actually someone on BioS3 here had actually sent a link to me on their Twitter. And Dan talks about how the fact that it even takes a year for your joints to recover when you stop taking steroids. And he says flat out, he says, there's no way to keep those gains. If you want to try to keep your gains, you need to somehow keep that weight that you're doing. So if you're benching 315, you need to continue to bench 315 in order to keep that muscle on. There's no fucking way you're doing that. If you're doing it on drugs, you're not going to do it off drugs. And my biggest bitch about any of this shit is, I can guarantee you I love fucking Tasha Rain, and One Laser has not done fucking drugs in the past. They have not done steroids, or they've done a little light cycle. That's why they didn't keep it. They didn't do the big stuff. They didn't do a hard cycle. They didn't push themselves hard. But they fucking lost everything too. So be aware, people. Just because someone tells you something, and don't even fucking believe me. You know what I mean? Go to the fucking gym. Talk to the guys that have fucking used shit. Talk to the old timers, because a lot of those guys don't look like fucking anything they used to when they were younger. And by these guys' standards, they should have kept 80% of their fucking gains without even trying, just going to the fucking gym and training. And they don't. They fucking lose everything. So it doesn't make any sense how you guys are like, oh, well, this happens, that happens. Well, I've never done it. But what I've heard is, well, fuck, I heard that unicorns are real too, but I've never seen one. I heard Bigfoot actually was fucking spotted in the woods down the street. Haven't seen his ass either. So, biosretraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.biosretraining.com is the blog, and we're out.